With Office 365, you can work with your SharePoint Online site even when you're offline with no internet connection. Let's take a look. My company signed up for Office 365, and in SharePoint Online, my sales team has created a team site. This team site is where we store all of our customer-related documents and data. The great thing about SharePoint Online is that I can access my team site from anywhere that has internet connectivity. But what happens if I'm on the road on a customer visit and I need to work somewhere with limited or no internet connectivity? In other words, how can you work with SharePoint Online while you're offline? Well, that's where SharePoint Workspace comes in. SharePoint Workspace 2010 is a client program that's installed on your computer or laptop, and it's included in Office Professional Plus 2010. With SharePoint Workspace, with a single click, you can copy your entire site to your computer so that you can work with it offline. Let's have a quick look at how this works. I'm about to take a business trip to visit one of our customers, and I'd like to get some work done on my laptop on the plane, which has no internet connectivity. First, I connect to Office 365, and then I sync my entire team site to SharePoint Workspace 2010. This copies down all of the content in the lists and libraries. There's one document in particular, a proposal for this customer, that I want to revise on the plane, so I check out this document while I'm still connected. This means no one else can work on the document while I'm offline because it's checked out up on the team site. This avoids conflicts, as you'll see later. On the plane, with no internet connection, I can still start SharePoint Workspace and edit the document. When I arrive at the customer site and again have internet connectivity, I can connect to Office 365. When I do so, SharePoint Workspace automatically synchronizes the offline and online content. And when I check in the customer proposal, this document gets synced as well. So let's do this in the real world. On the Site Actions menu, I click Sync to SharePoint Workspace, which is a quick way to sync the entire site as I head out on my trip. I confirm by clicking OK. And now SharePoint Workspace is copying down to my laptop all of the content stored in the lists and libraries on my team site. When the sync's complete, I open the workspace, and here's the offline SharePoint Workspace for my team site. This is the document that I need to edit on the plane, so while I'm still connected to Office 365, I will check out that document. Now I'm ready to power down and head to the airport. Later, on the plane, I start SharePoint Workspace and I double-click this document to edit it. It opens in Word, and I remember that I need to insert the current date here, save the document, and close Word. And while I'm at it, I'm going to update this customer's contact information. I just double-click the list item, and here I will update the new phone number and save the item. That's enough work for me. I'm ready to head to the customers. Well, I've arrived and I again have internet connectivity, so I will sign in to Office 365. And when I go to my team site, I can see that SharePoint Workspace has already synchronized the online version of the customer contact with the change I made to the phone number in the offline version. And after I check in the document that I edited offline, I can refresh this page in the browser, and SharePoint Workspace has already synchronized the check-in. If I view this document in the Word web app in the browser, the version of the document on the team site has been synchronized with the change that I made offline. SharePoint Workspace automatically syncs the online and offline content and makes working offline very easy. Now let's have a quick look at what might happen if I don't check out the document first before I edit it offline. Again, I'll connect to Office 365, sync my team site to SharePoint Workspace, but this time I won't check out the document. On the plane, with no internet connectivity, I edit the document offline, but while I'm working offline, another person on my team back at headquarters connects to Office 365 and edits the online version of the document stored up in the document library. When I can again connect to the internet and sign into Office 365, SharePoint Workspace attempts to synchronize the document, but it recognizes that there is a conflict. The document stored online has been changed since I edited it offline. Thus, we see this conflict error. Resolving differences between items in lists is usually straightforward, but resolving differences between documents can be challenging, which is why it's a good idea to check out important documents before you take them offline.